By default, the PDO fetch and fetch all methods return each row of a result set as an array indexed both by column name and number, but you can modify this behavior in interesting ways. This is PDO_array.php, which you can find in the chapter 4, 04_01 folder of the exercise files. On line 4, there's a simple select query that selects name and meaning from the names table. The query is then executed on the following line, and on line 6, the results are stored as an array called names using the fetchAll method. Let's inspect the content of the names array with printr. To make it easier to read, we'll start off with a pre-tag. Then printr will pass it names, that array, and then a closing pre-tag. So if we save that page and then load it into a browser, the result is a multi-dimensional array with each value listed twice. Let's say you wanted to turn this into an associative array using each name as the key and the meaning as the value. One way to do that would be to loop through each subarray and use the values to build the new array. But with PDO, there's a much simpler way. So let's see how that's done. You modify the behavior of the fetchAll method by passing it a PDO constant as an argument. So we put the cursor between the parentheses of fetchAll, and then PDO, all in uppercase, then the scope resolution operator, 2 colons, and what we need is fetch, and it's right down here, it's fetch underscore key underscore pair. And if we save that, go back to the browser and refresh that page, we now have an associative array of the names and the meanings. And that's all there is to it. This isn't necessarily a feature you'll need to use every day, but it's very useful to know that it exists. So let's just go back and see that again. To create an associative array from the values in 2 columns, submit the query and use the fetchAll method to get the result, and pass it the constant PDO fetch key pair as the argument. The select query must retrieve only 2 columns. The first one is used for the array keys and the second one is used for the values.